Hey guys, so what I thought I'd do in this video is just give you guys a quick tip on what you can do with an old pair of ice hockey skates. Now this will work for inline skates, hockey skates, and also any sort of figure skates or general ice skates that you may have. And the idea behind this video is that a lot of us have got older skates that we have, that we've grown out of, they've gotten worn away, so we've had to get new ones. But I know for myself, the older skates that I've had have been incredibly sentimental to me. That's the reason that I've not sold them on or given them away to somebody else. But a lot of us, once you get a new pair of hockey skates, I'm sure that your older skates kind of just get dumped in a corner somewhere, put in the attic, in the shed in the garden, and they just kind of rot away, even though they are sentimental. So the idea that I've gotten is to frame them up. You can do this at home, you can do it in the office if you're allowed to put frames up, stuff like that. And it just adds sort of a nice personal touch to the room, and it also sort of gives your old pair of skates a nice little home and somewhere to be appreciated. So I'll show you what I've done with mine, and hopefully this will kind of give you guys an idea of what you can do with your old skates. A quick side note is that I am still kind of sick. I'm just getting over a cold, so I look incredibly rough, and my voice might sound a bit funny because my nose is blocked and I still feel pretty rough. But I thought I'd post this video up real quick, as I really like this idea, and hopefully it will help a lot of you guys kind of do something positive with an old pair of skates. So as I'm sure a lot of you have guessed, right now I'm in my office. A lot of you might know that I work from home. This is my little sort of sanctuary. So if we move over here, you can see framed up there is a pair of CCM E8, which are the first ever pair of skates that I got. I had these when I was about 16. These skates are incredibly sentimental to me because these are the skates that I first learned how to hockey stop in, how to stride, how to go backwards. I was still pretty basic at skating back then, but these are the skates that allowed me to achieve all of that. So I've had a lot of people ask where I got this frame from on the Facebook page and also on Twitter. To let you guys know, it's from a bespoke furniture sports store in my city. They make sort of off pieces of furniture or custom pieces of furniture for anyone that sort of wants to do something unusual with picture frames for sporting goods, you know, for trophy cabinets, that kind of thing. And I just gave them some measurements of my skates and they were able to draft this up for me. And also another side note, a quick reason to why I've only used one skate in this sort of frame design that I've picked for my office is because I actually have a second frame in the downstairs part of my house, in my spare toilet downstairs, where I've put the second or the partner to this skate in. But just so you guys know, this store does make everything tailored or custom to the customer's specific designs or whatever they'd like. So the way that I've done mine, if I was to give you a sort of guided tour of my house, it'd be very, very minimalistic. I only like having sort of the necessary things out. I don't like having a lot of clutter, and that's the exact sort of same idea that I've gone with the frame that I wanted. I wanted it very, very simple. I just wanted the centerpiece to be the pair of Sentimental skates with absolutely nothing else around them. But if you wanted to, you could have sort of like a framing across the top with a little engraving. You could have sort of more detail done to the skates frame themselves to make it a bit more personal, but this is how I like it. But keep in mind, you guys can sort of design these frames and send them off to this company and have them do it for you in whatever style that you have imaginable. Some of the suggestions that I have had from people is to sort of have both of the skates, one skate there, another skate back to back along the side there with some glass across the front of it, saying a little engraving on the glass saying "break in emergency," which I thought was pretty funny. You could do stuff like that if you wanted to, or you could just have both the skates in there framed up. It's completely what you guys would like. It's completely down to the individual's requirements. But this is just a quick idea of something that you could do with your skates. It's a sort of nice way to have them posted up, a nice way to appreciate them, kind of to show them off, and also it kind of adds a personal touch to the room, I think, that looks quite nice. These are the MLX ice hockey skates. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these. They're not worn, they're not too small for me or too big or anything. I've decided to frame them because, as I'm sure a lot of you know, Easton have bought MLX, and these skates are now no longer available. These are definitely, without a doubt, the best pair of skates that I've ever used, and I have used pretty much everything that is on the market at the moment. So I've decided to sort of retire them early. I've put them away sort of to kind of maintain the condition that they're in, because I really, really like these skates, and I'd hate to ever have them in a position where they're completely battered and torn and have to be replaced. So I thought instead of getting to that sort of a stage, I'd frame them up. The skates themselves are actually held in there. They're mounted in there and they can't come out very easily. You can detach them. It is a bit tricky detaching them, but they're in there sort of so they don't fall down very easily, which is the whole point of having them mounted in there. But it doesn't damage the skate in any way. They're simply being held in there with a specially designed mount. And as for the blade themselves, there's a groove that inside the actual frame where the blade sits in, which kind of just secures it in there. So it is in there very, very securely, and it's not the sort of thing that's just going to sort of tip out. Just to highlight once more, the store that do design these frames are completely bespoke, so they make everything custom and tailored to the individual's needs. So it's just a case of letting them know what you want, how you want it designed, and of course importantly letting them know the brand, size and model of skates that you do have, so they can go ahead and design something that will fit it perfectly. But as I'm sure a lot of you will discover, there are tons of different reasons that you might want to frame up a pair of skates. In this case, it might be a case of some skates that are no longer in production that are going to become something incredibly difficult to get hold of and have been very, very popular while they were in production. So in this case, I've sort of decided to frame them up, and who knows, maybe someday they'll be worth a lot more money than they are now. But the main two reasons that you might want to frame a pair of skates is definitely going to be for parents. It might be your child's first pair of skates that you kind of want to keep. A lot of parents have done something similar with their pair of their child's first pair of shoes, so it's sort of the same principle in this case for people that are really, really into skating and hockey. Another one, like in my position, is going to be your first pair of skates that are incredibly sentimental and you've decided to kind of keep them and have them framed up and sort of give them a bit more dignity rather than having them just chucked in a corner somewhere rotting away and building up dust. But this is just an idea. Be sure to let me know some of the ideas that you have. What sort of a frame would you go for? What design? What colour? But most importantly, what reason are you going to be framing the skates or inline skates that you've decided to frame? Feel free to post any comments down below. My Twitter again will be in the video description. Be sure to subscribe and like the video, and subscribe to the channel of course for the latest content, and be sure to like us and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks a lot for your time guys. Hopefully this has helped out. Chris from Hockey Tutorial. Take care till next time.